What up? What up? So let's get this. This one started with the redneck. The crazy ass fucking redneck that picked me up out of El Paso when I was hitchhiking. I guess it kind of started at Brookside. I kept getting arrested. And it was in New Mexico, my hometown. I kept getting fucking arrested every other week. Open container, drunk in public, which was holding 10 days back then before his book and release out here. So I would just sit there and drink and then black out, go to jail. And I was sitting there and everyone's skating and it was just like, damn, what the fuck am I doing? I had my backpack, Alice pack, all my gear. And I was just like, fuck, bro, this town sucks. You gotta get the fuck out of here. And I literally stood up and I told everyone, I was like, I'm out, bro. This shit's fucking lame. So I hit the highway to Bloomfield, then Albuquerque to Las Cruces to El Paso. And I get to El Paso, the beginning of El Paso, I get dropped off. I jump out of the back of a truck. And I literally walk from the beginning of El Paso on the interstate where you could see Juarez. And it was my first time, you know what I mean? So, and I never hopped trains at this point, you know what I mean? I think I was like 16, 17 years old. And so I'm walking right next to Juarez, you know what I mean? And I was just looking around like, God damn, this place looks crazy. And you could see people running around in Juarez. And it's right by the train tracks too. So I went, this is before I figured out how to hop trains. So I go down by the Wells Fargo and there's a bridge. It's a train hopping bridge. That's where the train kids go. And there was no one there at the time, you know what I mean? So I go down to the train tracks and I couldn't figure out how to hop out. So I kept walking, get back on the interstate, walk all the way to the last truck stop. And it was the Petro, I believe. And I sat out front there for a day. No one would give me a fucking ride. So there's like this tent city almost thing, like these tunnels that's stacked at the end of El Paso. And I went in there and you could see train tags that train kids have been there. And you can tell they didn't get out on a freight train. So that's probably where they hitchhiked. So I got up by those tunnels and the last on-ramp, I stood out there. I shit you not. I sat at the Petro for a whole day. No one would give me a ride, just money. I get out to the interstate on that on-ramp in 10 fucking minutes. This fucking beat up car pulls up, backs up, and like I have my pit bull Braun with me. So we jump in. I was like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to Dallas. And I was like, all right, I'm trying to get to San Antonio. And he's like, well, at least I'll get you out of here. And this guy's shit faced. And Braun jumps in the back seat and he has fishing poles and I fucking snagged her and I had to rip the fucker out. So we're going along and this guy gets crazier and crazier as it goes. Like he's this fucking jamming Pantera, Cowboys from Hell, hitting the dash. And finally he turns it off and he says, oh, you drink? And I was like, yeah, I drink. And you know, I'm a schwilly kid, you know. And I started telling them about hitchhiking and what my plans were to hop freight trains across the United States. And he pulls over, buys me a 40 of Mickey's and gets a 12-pack. So he's still driving, you know, and he gets halfway through the 12-pack and he's like, I picked you up because I knew I wasn't going to be able to drive for long. I'd slam my 40. So I'm driving. This guy's like falling asleep. And I'm sitting there contemplating, you know what I mean? Like, this guy's passed out. And I was like, damn, I could push this fucker out this car and just get to San Antonio. Because he's trying to get to Dallas. And it didn't go like that. Hold on 1 second. I'm cooking a pork chop and I'm fucking hungry. But anyways, he fucking... I ended up not pushing him out. You know what I mean? This guy's pretty rowdy, dude. He's bigger than me. And all I had was a smiley at the time. My bandana and a lock. I'll have to do a video on that. Like a little tutorial thing about like the weapons. I'll show you all kinds of weapons we use out there. And just gear, I guess, or what we packed out there on the rails and to stay safe. But fucking anyways, I ended up doing that and we go and he wakes up and like we chat for a while. He's telling me how he went to Iraq And he's like going off on the Mexicans, you know what I mean? You can tell he was real Republican, conservative. And he ended up being pretty cool, but he's all, I'm going to Dallas right now because my daughter's boyfriend threatened me on the phone. He's talking about how he's going to smash this motherfucker, bury him, all kinds of shit. And I'm just listening like, God damn, and he's telling me war stories, blowing off fucking people's heads and shit. And I'm like, fuck. Well, I didn't know that we were going to go through Border Patrol, okay? So we're coming up to Border Patrol, and he's like, take a left. And boom, I hit a left to go around it, and boom, right behind me, Border Patrol. And he's like, and we're both pretty buzzed out, you know what I mean? I'm younger too, 40 got me pretty buzzed. And he's all right, you're my nephew, and you're taking me, oh, what did he say? I don't remember if it's to Dallas or somewhere. And I was like, bro, that ain't gonna fucking work, bro. He's all, just do it. And I didn't have a driver's license at the time. I didn't have an ID, nothing. This is where shit gets crazy. And this is where the crazy redneck in them comes out. We get pulled over by Border Patrol and some Mexican guy. And he's this like license registration. And I was like, I don't have any. This is my uncle. And I'm giving him a ride. And he's like, he looks at both of us and he's all, can you both step out of the vehicle? And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. And I have warrants, you know what I mean? But they were all misdemeanors, so it didn't even matter. So I'm shitting my pants, you know what I mean? So we get out, and he talks to him. He's all, so you're his nephew? And I was like, yeah, that's my uncle. And he's like, well, your uncle seems a little intoxicated, and you don't have a driver's license. And then he looks up at this, and he's like, you stay right here, and you go stand over here. This motherfucking redneck will fucking go stands by his cruiser, stomps up and down. And he's all, there, I did it, faggot. And I was like, oh, fuck. And he looks at the dude, and he's gets mad. And I forgot what was the exchange. And then that guy starts going off. He's like, I went to Afghanistan. You fuckers should be back over that border. You shouldn't even be in the United States. And the dude's like, I'm a citizen and shit. And he's going off on him. And then they bring in the drug dogs. They search the car, and like, I'm just looking like, fuck, dude, we're going to jail, bro. And like, fucking, the fucking Border Patrol's all, get back in the car and get out of here. And then I get in the car, and right when we're going, he's like, all right, stop at that gas station. I need more alcohol. And I was like, fuck. And it's not even a mile away from where we just got pulled out. I was like, you know what, fuck, it's another fucking 340. Fuck, if shit gets down, he gets down. Pull in, he gets another 12-pack. Fucking gets me a 40. But this time he just makes me drive, and we're getting towards, you know, where you can either hook off go up to Fort Worth, or you can hook off and go to San Antonio. He's like, look, man, I'm just gonna do you a solid. You did me a solid back there. I'm gonna give you a ride to San Antonio. So fuck yeah, man. So he made me drive all the way to San Antonio. I kind of felt bad at the end because he's this like, you could tell he's a lonely ass dude, and who knows if his story was correct or if he was really gonna go beat up that dude. I'm sure he probably was. He's pretty nuts. And then it was just like, he drops me off at IHOP, and I hit up a buddy that I knew from San Antonio, and fucking, he just drops me off. And he looks at me, I was like, thanks, man. And I didn't know what to really do, you know what I mean? I didn't have money or anything to offer him. He just takes off. And then I got picked up by my buddy, and that was that, you know what I mean? But I wish I could have remembered the dude or guy's number or something, but that's one story, you know what I mean? It didn't get rowdy or anything, but it just another story. More will come as my memory gets better. Everyone stay prosperous. Have a good night. Peace out.